In a historic move, the United States Congress has taken a sharp and decisive turn away from centralized control of digital money. The CBDC Anti Surveillance State Act, known officially as HR 5403, has passed through committee with unanimous bipartisan support 48-0. That alone is explosive news. But hidden deep within the bill on page 87 is language that is now sending shockwaves across both Wall Street and the crypto community. Because buried within the legal jargon is an exemption clause that could very well make XRP the de facto decentralized alternative to a federal digital dollar. This is not just another speculative pump, this is legislation. This is strategy, and this is happening in real time. At its core, HR 5403 prohibits the Federal Reserve from issuing a central bank digital currency directly to Americans. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle have been increasingly concerned about the threat that a programmable dollar poses to individual freedom. Imagine a currency that can be frozen, redirected, taxed automatically, or even expire, all based on algorithmic code controlled by central authorities. That dystopian vision is precisely what HR 5403 aims to prevent. But the story doesn't end there. While the bill slams the door shut on a surveillance-driven CBDC, it quietly leaves another door wide open, one that leads directly to Ripple's XRP. On page 87, there is an exemption specifically for decentralized ledger protocols that are open-source, non-sovereign, and auditable. While the language is intentionally broad, multiple legal experts and analysts now believe this was designed with XRP in mind. And to make things even more intense, a leaked Federal Reserve memo allegedly distributed among internal policy staff lists Ripple's XRP as a protocol that satisfies Section 4B compliance requirements. The memo is not yet confirmed, but its content aligns disturbingly well with the wording in HR 5403. It identifies XRP as fully decentralized enterprise, integrated and supportive of multi-jurisdictional compliance. This is the part where it gets truly game-changing. If the Fed cannot issue a CBDC but is still tasked with ensuring liquidity and functionality of digital payments at scale, it must rely on infrastructure that is both compliant and decentralized. XRP fits that role almost too perfectly. It's fast, cheap, scalable, energy efficient, and already integrated into the systems of hundreds of banks and payment providers globally. It's ISO 20022 compliant, which means it speaks the same messaging language as central banks. And now, according to this legislative loophole, it may be legally allowed to operate where the Fed cannot. In other words, XRP just became the escape hatch for United States digital finance. President Biden is reportedly livid behind the scenes. According to anonymous White House sources cited by independent journalists, the administration sees HR 5403 as a direct challenge to federal monetary control, but they were caught off guard by the overwhelming support it received. The financial establishment thought central bank digital currencies were inevitable until now, and while the Fed has remained mostly silent, institutional players are not. We're already seeing whale wallets begin to accumulate XRP at a rate we haven't seen in over a year. Over 320 million XRP have been scooped up by wallets holding more than 10 million tokens. These are not retail buys. These are calculated institutional positions being built rapidly and quietly. Let's take a step back. What exactly makes XRP so viable in this role? It starts with the tech. Ripplet, the enterprise infrastructure built around XRP, allows for seamless cross-border payments in seconds for a fraction of a penny. Traditional systems like Swift take days and involve multiple intermediaries. Ripple removes the friction and the fees. In addition, XRP's consensus mechanism doesn't require mining, making it environmentally friendly and energy efficient, something policymakers are now demanding. The XRP ledger is also programmable and supports tokenized assets, making it future-ready for things like real estate equities and government bonds. And then there's the legal clarity. Ripple's drawn-out legal battle with the SEC finally ended with a major win. A federal judge ruled that XRP is not a security when sold on public exchanges, ending years of uncertainty. That ruling, combined with HR 5403's decentralized exemption clause, means XRP now enjoys a level of regulatory clarity that few, if any, digital assets can claim. It's legally greenlit, technologically superior, and institutionally integrated. That's the trifecta. Music, now let's talk price. Most conservative analysts have avoided throwing out big numbers, but that's beginning to change with a potential opening for XRP to play a role in future monetary infrastructure. new models are emerging. These aren't just crypto influencers throwing around opium. These are institutional quant teams running models based on total addressable market size, liquidity requirements, and velocity, F money calculations. And some of those models now show XRP reaching price levels of 100 to 250 and even higher, especially if it is adopted at scale as a public-private bridge asset between traditional banking and decentralized finance. Skeptical good. Healthy skepticism is important, but also consider that Bitcoin once deemed worthless. Internet money now commands the attention of sovereign wealth funds and central banks. Ethereum, once a playground for smart contracts, now supports billion-dollar enterprises and DeFi ecosystems. XRP has always been underestimated until now, because unlike BTC and ETH, XRP was designed from day one to serve as a financial utility. It's not just a store of value or a smart contract platform, it's liquidity infrastructure. And let's not forget the Ripple team themselves. CEO Brad Garlinghouse and CTO David Schwartz have hinted for years that XRP's ultimate use case goes far beyond remittances. In fact, Schwartz has spoken at length about the design decisions that would allow XRP to be used as a global settlement layer. He's described XRP as designed for scale resilience and monetary relevance. These aren't marketing slogans. These are architectural decisions embedded in code. And now that code is being recognized not just by developers, but by lawmakers and institutions, the Ripple ecosystem is also expanding. Integrations with projects like Wormhole are opening XRP up to more than 30 other blockchains. That's critical. It means XRP's reach is no longer limited to the Ripple ecosystem. It can now interact with DeFi protocols on Ethereum, Solana, and Avalanche. It can support tokenized assets, NFTs, and smart contracts. It can be part of the multi-chain future. That interoperability makes XRP indispensable in a world where finance is moving rapidly toward tokenization. So where does that leave us in a moment of high-stakes transformation? Congress has slammed the brakes on the Fed's CBDC plans, whether intentionally or as a side effect of privacy-focused policy. And in doing so, they've potentially opened the door for XRP to serve a role few imagined possible outside the Ripple community. We are watching the convergence of legislation, legal clarity, institutional interest, and technological maturity, all centering around a single asset that was once mocked and dismissed. You need to ask yourself a serious question if XRP were to take even a fraction of the market currently dominated by correspondent banking, cross-border settlements, CBDC infrastructure, or tokenized financial assets. What would its value be not just in market cap, but in global importance? If that answer points to anything even approaching the $250 projections we're now hearing from industry insiders, then XRP isn't just a digital asset. It's a monetary weapon, silent, strategic, and now seemingly legitimized. This is not a drill. This is not a hype cycle. This is a policy-led pivot away from surveillance finance and toward decentralized infrastructure. And XRP is sitting at the heart of it. So whether you're a longtime holder, a curious investor, or someone just now learning about this space, understand that this moment could be historic. Congress may have just killed CBDCs, and in doing so, they may have activated the ultimate escape hatch. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe XRP could become the foundation of America's decentralized monetary system? Could 250 really be on the table or more? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more updates, and share this with someone who still thinks crypto is just a fad. Because as of today, XRP is no longer just a token. It may be the future of money itself. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Please do your own research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions.